50 things I'm not buying in 2025 to save money, because let's be real, inflation is a real thing and it's just getting worse. And as a family on a single minimum wage income, we can't afford a lot of stuff. If you're in the same situation where you want to either be more low waste and sustainable, have less stuff, be more minimal, and also because you are in the same boat and you need to save money because the world we live in is not cheap anymore, this video's for you. I'm going to split it up into a couple categories. The 4 categories I'm going to be covering are beauty and personal care, food and kitchen things, cleaning, and miscellaneous. Oh, and clothing, so actually 5. And let's just get into the 50 things I'm not going to be buying in 2025, and things that you could probably ditch too once you realize how easy it is to either go without or make it yourself. Category number 1, let's start with the beauty and personal care. Right off the bat, number 1 is gonna be shampoo. No weird parabens or toxic ingredients that you can't pronounce and that are actually doing a number on your reproductive system and your hormones. Number 2 to go with that is conditioner. Number 3 in the same shower realm is body wash. All you need is like honey, castile soap, some essential oils. Number 4 is makeup. I'm someone that I rarely wear makeup. I wear makeup for these videos sometimes, and that's about it. I'm very comfortable in my personal skin, and I'm comfortable not wearing makeup. I don't feel like I need it. All the makeup I have now, a lot of it's from high school because I don't need to buy new things often because I don't wear it often. I plan to not buy any makeup in 2025, use what I have until it's gone, and then make my own. Number 5. Dry shampoo. If you buy dry shampoo, what are you doing? You literally only need 1 or 2 ingredients. If you have light hair, all you need is either cornstarch or arrowroot powder. If you have dark hair like me, just mix it with a little bit of cocoa powder and you're good to go. It's probably one of the easiest things to switch out and will save you so much money. You can see a theme here. Saving you a lot of money, and it's pretty easy to make. Number 6, anything disposable in the bathroom realm like cotton balls, Q-tips. Number 7 is bug spray. In the past I would use bug spray a lot, but in the last year I kind of stopped using it and was using just peppermint essential oil, or I would make my own peppermint extract from peppermint I grew in my garden. 8, sunscreen. This is something that I have not tried to make yet, but I saw some of my friends over on TikTok sharing recipes, so I plan to try that out and I'm kind of excited about it. 9, toothpaste. This is something that's also pretty easy to make with some salt, baking powder, and a few other ingredients. Number 10, mouthwash. I personally don't purchase mouthwash. Actually, what mouthwash does, it kills not only the bad germs, but the good germs, and this will actually lead to you having worse breath. It's like when you have oily hair and you overwash it, so then you have to keep washing it to keep up with the oils. Number 11 is deodorant. I rarely use deodorant, and if I do, I have a homemade one, again, with a couple ingredients. Number 12, hair products, styling products for hair, heat protectant, hairspray. In the long run, those things are not good for your hair, and I personally just like my natural hair. Number 13, hair growth serums. If you knew how easy it was to make your own hair growth serums, you would stop spending hundreds of dollars that people spend on those products. Literally, all you need is some rosemary, which you can easily grow basically anywhere, or some dry rosemary at the store, and some water. It's not that hard. Also, diet is a big thing for hair too. If you heal within from your gut, you will heal on the outside, like your skin and hair. I know I used to be a huge chronic undereater, and my hair, let me tell you, was so thin, always breaking. I always had breakouts on my skin. And then once I started to eat a proper amount for my body and I started eating the right foods, all that went away. Now my hair is a lot healthier, my skin's a lot healthier. I rarely deal with breakouts. I mean, you can see one here, like it does happen here and there. That's life, that happens to everyone, but not at the same extent that I was before. 14, tampons and pads. I actually haven't had to buy any of these in 2024 because I'm a year postpartum and I still haven't got my period, and then obviously the 9 months before that I was pregnant. When I do get my period back, I plan to use only period underwear, and then I have the Organic cup. I think that's what it is called. I haven't used it in a while, so I can't remember, but I'll link it down below. Those work way better for me, TMI, but tampons never really worked for me. I always had leaking, but with the Organic cup, I never had that issue. I could wear it for a lot longer and it just felt more cleanly. You'll save, again, hundreds of dollars. That stuff, I don't know why. It should be cheaper, but it's so expensive. And when you invest in like one of these products, you can use it for years and years and years and you'll save so much money. It's crazy. 15, shaving cream. Not only do I really not shave that often anymore, when I do shave, I just use my body wash. Like, you don't need a special product for shaving. 16, body lotion. I just use coconut oil. 17, beauty treatments. I don't know, they don't really entice me. I don't feel like I need them, and that's that. 18, nail polish. I haven't painted my nails in I don't even know how long. At least a year or two. I used to paint my nails every single day, and well, not every day, but I would have nail polish on all the time. I'd probably do my nails once a week. Not only did it take up so much of my time, costed a lot, and my nails were so brittle from always putting nail polish on, taking it off, and now I have such strong nails and they grow so fast, it's ridiculous. 19, overly scented hand soap. 20, perfume. I stopped buying perfume a while ago. I just use essential oils. You can see a theme here. I use essential oils for everything. Okay, now finally on to the next category, food and kitchen things. Food is probably where I made a lot of changes last year, just because I am now a mom and I'm not cooking just for me. I'm cooking for me, my partner, and my baby, and I just have more of a priority towards making meals. Number 21 is bread. I started making my own bread last year. I dabbled with it a little bit before, but more so last year. I would say I wasn't that consistent with always making it. Like, I did sourdough for a while, and then I was making it every day to use up my starter in the summer, and then I kind of fell off the wagon at the end of this year. So I plan in 2025 to get back on my own bread making. Good quality bread at the grocery store is no joke, like $5 plus, which is crazy. When you make your own, it probably comes down to like less than $1 when you get all the ingredients in bulk. 22 is pizza, and that is store-bought pizza, like frozen pizza or pizza from a pizza place. Pizza, again, is one of those things that is so easy to make your own dough and your own sauce. 23 is baked goods. I'm like, we want cookies or something like that, I just plan to bake it. Again, you know exactly what's going in it. 24, kombucha. This is another one that I've probably been making for 5 or 6 years, but again, on and off. Store-bought kombucha, no joke, for like a big thing, it's like $10. Do you know how cheap it is to make your own kombucha? Once you get the SCOBY started and you get your first batch, it's literally pennies. Pennies! All you really need once you get started and you have the first batch and you already have the kombucha is black tea and sugar. 25 is granola. This is another thing that I've probably been making for 5 or 6 years. It's so easy and so versatile, and you don't really need to follow a recipe. You can kind of just eyeball it. Granola is one of those things too. I don't understand why it's so expensive. I guess, like, yes, it has like the nuts and seeds, which can be expensive, but when you make your own, you can make a huge quantity of it for so much cheaper. 26 is dips, so things like hummus, salsa, guacamole. I actually canned a whole bunch of salsa this summer from the tomatoes we had in our garden because we had so many. And it was with my mom's recipe that she's been using for decades. Hummus, that's another thing that I've been making for like 5 or 6 years. Once you make your own hummus, you realize how superior it is. Making your own dips will save you, again, this is a common theme, so much money. Number 27 is condiments. This is one that I started to dabble with in 2024 and plan to continue in 2025, is to make my own condiments. They can last a while in the fridge, so you make like a big batch at once and then it'll last you. It's not one of those things you have to make it over and over and over again every time you want it. 28, this is another thing that I've been dabbling more with recently, but is granola bars. Similar to granola recipe, but you add a little bit more liquid, press them in a pan, and it's that easy. 29 is crackers. This is actually something I've never tried. 30, ready-to-made meals. You're paying for convenience when you buy those things, and I know some people are in different situations, like they have a really busy life, maybe they work 2 jobs, have a kid. For us personally, because I'm at home and we're making sacrifices, so I can be at home because we're only on one income, and it's not like my partner has a high-paying job, he gets paid minimum wage. So we save money any way we can. So one of those ways is not by buying pre-made meals. Number 31 is fancy drinks like bubblies or going out for coffees and things like that. I personally like making my own drinks at home because I know exactly what's in them. When I go to a coffee shop and see some of their coffees are $6, $7, I just can't, because I know how cheap it is to make it at home. I don't know if anyone else is this way, but I can't stomach the thought of paying $7 for a chai latte when I can make it at home for $1. Like, I just don't understand how coffee shops have gotten so expensive. Number 32 is candy. I don't want Makai to be around us eating candy. It's not really a necessity, and we more focus on getting the necessities. 33 is juice. Again, just not something we really need. I personally only drink water and then teas and coffee here and there. It's just one of those things not on the budget. Kai will get it here and there because he's a huge sucker for lemonade, but overall, won't be buying juice. At least I won't be buying juice in 2025. 34, kid snacks, baby food, things like that. Makai's at the age now where he is eating every meal and eating snacks because he is almost, this is crazy, 14 months. I can't believe that. My baby boy is 14 months. Anyway, he's at the age where, you know, he's basically eating what we're eating, and that's what we're doing. We're just giving him exactly what we eat to prevent picky eating. I kind of find it funny the amount of baby food there is, when in reality, you should just be feeding them the same food that you're eating. Like, I don't know how this whole concept became where people feed their babies and children like separate foods. Like, they'll have their dinner and then their kids will have like their own kid dinner. A, that's more work, and then B, you're just creating picky eaters. Now, here and there we did buy baby food. When we went on our trip to Hawaii, you probably saw we packed a snackle box. That's like an example when I bought things that were like kid food or just processed foods, because I didn't want to hassle with packing fruits and things like that when we're going internationally. So that's like an exception, but like overall, I don't really buy those things. Number 33 is plastic Tupperware. Eventually want to have just glass everything, because if you don't know, plastic seeps into everything and it's not good for you, your hormones, your body, reproductive system. What we mainly do is store things in recycled mason jars. It's not good to store your food in plastic or to cook it in plastic, or to wear plastic clothes or plastic anything if you can avoid it. But I know it's hard because literally everything has plastic in it or is made with plastic. Number 34 is plastic utensils. Just trying to get rid of using plastic in general, which is basically impossible because the world we live in makes everything in plastic. Now on to the next topic. That was a lot in that section, but this one is cleaning and there's only a few. Number 35 is paper towel. This is something that I basically never bought in my adult life. I just find, again, it's so expensive and so wasteful. Anything that's like a one use and throw out, besides toilet paper, we still use toilet paper. That's a one use thing. We just have a couple cloths and a couple rags, and when there's a spill, we wipe it up with the rag. Maybe use it a couple times before putting it in the wash pile. 36 is Kleenex. We just use toilet paper. I don't feel like I need a special thing to blow my nose in. Toilet paper is just fine. 38, disinfectant wipes. I make my own cleaner out of orange peels, vinegar, baking soda, essential oils. That's all you really need, and it can clean everything. 39 is a laundry detergent. This is something I switched to in 2024 because I was spending an arm and a leg buying laundry detergent for my baby, because we were doing cloth diapers and we were washing them every like day or two. And for the non-toxic, non-scented laundry detergent, which you think would be more cheap, is so expensive. For like a little thing like this would be $13 and it would last us a week, literally a week. So we are spending $13 a week on laundry detergent, which for me and our family is a lot. After like a couple weeks of doing that, I researched into making my own, and I've been making my own ever since, and I actually have a whole video on my recipe, so I'll link it down below if you're interested. Number 40, fabric softener. Something I never buy, but I know my parents buy this all the time. That stuff that has toxic chemicals on it, you're wearing it. What's the biggest organ? Your skin. So it gets absorbed and eventually makes its way to its bloodstream. 41, dryer sheets. I just don't really find that I need it. If you do want something like that, you can buy those balls that you can reuse over and over and over again, versus the dryer sheets. You use them once, throw them out. Again, we're not buying anything this year that's a one-time use and throw out, except for toilet paper. I'm not switching to cloth toilet paper, at least not yet. We do use disposable diapers and disposable cloths for our baby, but maybe one day we'll make the switch for us. I don't know if I'm that extreme though. 42, Febreze. You're spraying away that poop smell, but you're not spraying it away. There's a poop smell covered in tropical orange. I don't like the smell of Febreze personally. Way too overpowering, and it gives me a headache, and it's one of those things that I just haven't used in a while. If I want something scented in my house, which I rarely do, essential oils or incense. That's all. Similar category as Febreze is air fresheners. I don't want my house smelling like tropical jungle. And then number 44, this is probably going to be my biggest switch for 2025, is not buying any clothes with plastic. The last couple of years, I haven't bought really anything brand new. Everything is at the thrift store, and I thought that was good enough. I'm not contributing to fast fashion. That's as far as my mindset went. I didn't realize a lot of the clothes I was buying at the thrift store came from fast fashion or just like cheap brands. So A, that got me in a situation where a lot of them not only didn't last that long, but B, they were all made out of plastic, things like nylon, polyester. And although I don't really buy a lot of clothes in general, I want to make this year my goal to switch out my closet and get more sustainable pieces and things that are made with plant-based materials like tree fibers, cotton. For example, this jumpsuit I just got from Embody, and it is so beautiful. I've, no joke, have been wearing this like since I got it, which is, I got it Christmas Eve and it's now Monday, the day before New Year's Eve. This is not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I want to invest in more pieces like this in the new year where it's plant-based and from a company that treats their workers nice and sources their material ethically. If you guys are interested in them, I'll link them in the description down below. And so the last 5 are in the miscellaneous categories. Number 45 is trendy home decor. We've been living in this house for a couple months now and a lot of the walls are pretty bare, but for me that's not a big deal because I want to be intentional with the pieces I make or buy. And to piggyback off that one, 46, decor for each season or each holiday. I don't understand the people that like, they literally have boxes and boxes and boxes for like fall and winter and spring and summer and Christmas. Like, it takes up so much space. Like, we have a really small house and we don't have space to store all that stuff. And I personally don't really like it. I think it looks a little tacky. 47, plastic cups and plastic bags. 48, bottled water. Probably one of the first things I transitioned out of buying. We live in a country that most places have clean, accessible water. So why would you spend, even if it's $1, over time that adds up, $1, $2, $3 on water bottles when you can just go to your tap. Our house currently doesn't have clean drinking water. We have arsenic and coliform in it, but we are in the process of getting a filter for that. We are fortunate enough that we live close to my family. So what we do is we have a bunch of bottles that we just fill up from my parents' house and then bring them here when we're running low. We do the same thing. And even if we didn't, our neighbors in this community are so sweet and we're friends with them, so I'm sure they would let us use their water. 49, candles, again with the whole scent thing, it gives me headaches. I have one beeswax one that was gifted to me and that's all we'll be using if we want to light a candle. And 50, plastic storage containers. We are slowly switching out from plastic to glass because, like I mentioned before, plastic is not good for us, the environment, Mother Earth, the animals. It's not good for nothing except that it's cheap to make and everything seems to be made out of plastic. Yes, the sad reality of today's age. Those are 50 things that I will not be buying in 2025, and I hope they give you some inspo, things that you can maybe potentially start making yourself because you realize that actually it's pretty easy and it will save you a lot. And maybe we're on the same journey. Inflation, things are expensive. Maybe you're on a single income like me. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you just can't afford to be buying any of these things anymore. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. And if you want any recipes for anything I talked about, let me know and I'll make sure to do that for you. So that's all I have to say. I'm going to end this video before little Makai wakes up, and I'll see you guys in the next video in the new year, 2025. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.